Okay, part two on the ranting and ravings of aliens and stuff like that. It's 9:55 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It is still July 28th, 2023 for the year. It's still Friday. This is the Weaver John C. of Roseman, California. Yeah, it's a clean shirt, isn't it? The last video I was doing was ranting and raving concerning about reactions of those whistleblowers to speak Congress was hosting concerning about alien vessels. Maybe that we've got, maybe we do have, or don't have. And I've heard these damn stories before. I said so before. And yes, I was also talking to the aliens out there if they happen to intercept our YouTube videos out there for records. A warning to them of how to deal with humans and how to treat lightly. We've had a hell of a lot of fear and a lot of paranoia as we discovered more and more about science fiction and write about science fiction because we were bringing more of our own level of understanding humanity and bringing it into the form of aliens on how we might be able to treat them better or treat them as the enemy. We had a lot of scientists doing videos trying to explain anything and everything about the cosmos and also about the alien cultures we may or may not encounter out there. And not to mention how we're going to be able to deal with ourselves when we deal with the aliens. And if they are here, if they have been here, and if they're hiding like crazy, I hope they are. Because we're the craziest insane beings in the universe, I figured. But we may be the most empathetic, thoughtful, and feeling and creative people also that the aliens are still having a conniption fit over. And you know what? I don't blame them. I absolutely do not blame them because we are that erotic. I mean, not erratic is the word I was looking for, not the other word. God. Do I believe in aliens? I listen to sci-fi a hell of a lot, and I'd listen to other things going on. Even when the government kept saying that there are no aliens out there, fine. They want to cover it up. They want to cover it up. I am not screaming and yelling, saying it's a cover up. We need to know. Okay, how about this one? How about this? If we actually did utilize alien technology in our own technology here, would we know it? For the past, God knows, maybe 2 centuries, or maybe longer than that, if we had been using technologies and and sciences that we don't understand, we could have had alien influence all this time. We could have, never even knew it. And the thing of the matter is, how are we going to be able to deal with it today, right here, right now? Am I saying that the aliens have to go home? Nope. I'm saying tread lightly. I'm saying absolutely tread lightly because of how we are towards each other. And the only way you're going to be able to to know us left and right is by camouflage. I'm not saying scrolls, or maybe, I don't know. Skulls are trying to live on this planet and trying to exist peacefully with the humans. Okay, fine. We've had television series, we've had movies, we got books, we had everything else trying to trying to get the point of view of aliens looking at humans, but only unfortunately through our own human interpretations of what the aliens might be looking at us humans. And then how us humans are either reacting, or observing for the first time of these said aliens. Because our own media, our own mediums, would reflect how we humans are. And we're going to lie about it. We're going to lie and deny about it because we say, oh, no, 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 we're not like that. Oh, come on. You guys are all Pinocchios at this point over here. Your noses are growing so much. I'm going to be putting a big lighter in front of them. Let's see how they react to it. Pinocchio's made of wood. And if the nose starts gradually growing, are they going to be having sprouts on them? Are they going to be having leaves growing on them? Are they going to have a nice forest right up there on their nose? Do I need a wood saw to get it off the faces? With that kind of extension on it? Do I have to use a literal, a form of verbal chainsaw to get rid of it? Ripping their mentality apart until the nose is actually shrinking back down to a regular size again. Don't start lying. I never would have considered doing something about alien or alien technology or bitching and griping about the damn thing. I was going to just laugh the whole damn thing up, but unfortunately it was still sticking around in my damn head. Now, me being a Star Trek fan for all my life, you'd think I'd be more open and more optimistic that we'd be seeing aliens and we'd be smiling like crazy, and then after that, maybe we'd be friends. Or just maybe we'll be smiling like crazy and then getting our asses kicked. Or worse, we'll kick their asses. Either deliberately or otherwise. Again, these poor dumb schmucks out there who may be highly intelligent in technology at this point over here, it's probably not as high on the philosophical level. Maybe they would have a form of compassion and empathy out there that would understand you walk carefully among the savage brutes. And we are the savage brutes. We can't get ourselves under control. We can't even take care of our own damn planet without trying to kill each other. And trying to kill each other with rhetoric. So how the hell is these guys going to be able to survive us? That's why I keep thinking, you guys are dumber than dog shit when you're doing all these damn pods out here, because knowing how erratic humans are at this point over here, they're going to be blowing the sons of bitches off and then starting a war without us realizing it. Or we're too stupid enough to understand our damn communications at this point. Or maybe the aliens are communicating in a fashion that they chose. And I'm going to think you're dumber than dog shit at this point. Because the only kind of communications is just a continuing blast at us. Maybe translating a hell of a lot of languages out there to let us know that, yeah, you do exist. And you're keeping your peace. You're keeping your distance. You're monitoring. And if you're going to be opening up dialogue, also tread lightly on this. It's one thing if we actually had the first contact of Star Trek happening. We made a movie about the damn thing. James Cromwell played the character of Cochrane, the guy who made the warp speed possible for the humans in the Star Trek genre. Zefram Cochrane. Modifies in the film of Star Trek First Contact. I'm not going to get into the Borg aspect of it, just the First Contact aspect of it. Where he gets a he builds and modifies a missile with warp capability, just warp 1. Hold on. Sorry, that was Edison trying to either warn us or trying to let us know what the hell was going on. In the town of Roseman, California, in certain sections, we've had power outages, and repairs are underway or have already finished. So Edison's letting us know about this, hopefully, by calling us up and letting us know that either we're going to have another outage or that we're all right. And the thing is, what I was trying to indicate here is the movie Star Trek First Contact was The people from the future came through time being chased or chasing bad guys so they wouldn't screw up first contact in the future of mankind, Federation, and everything else. But the way they were doing it was launched a warp ship that understood about structural integrity, structural integrity field, a little bit of deflection, but not much. And if they understood about energy particles and physics of how to project an energy field to keep stabilization going on, that takes a hell of a lot of science, a lot of engineering, and a lot of know-how. Trial and error on that one. Not to mention experimentation of using warp speed. And the one thing I noticed in the movie that they didn't explain about is when they had the series of Star Trek originally, they actually had deflector shields. In the series that lasted 4 seasons on a Star Trek Enterprise, or Enterprise that it was originally called, they had to modify their hull to withstand, or at least kind of project a field around them a little bit to deflect micrometeors. And either the kind of stray particles that would penetrate the ship and turn it into Swiss cheese. And even with those kind, in space, it's one thing to either leave awake or not leave awake. They're probably left awake. But we're dealing with a gaseous planet of Earth. We're dealing with atmosphere. We're dealing with turbulence all the damn time because it's our weather system. And going through it does leave wakes and trails. High altitude aircraft that are streaking across the sky, and some conspiracy people are going crazy with the chemtrails. Streaking that high in the atmosphere with all that with all that temperature variation. Yes, no wonder their planes are leaving a wake. So yeah, I had a problem concerning about all this damn UFOs conspiracy crap. And pick on an isolated person said, I am an alien, I'm here to take you with me. Or just abduct them left and right. We need to do experimentations on you because we need to study you. We don't care. We're aliens. We're advanced. We're egomaniacs who don't even realize that what they're dealing with is humanity ready to kick your fucking ass. But you get the meekest and mildest ones because they're the most vulnerable. You avoid the ones with the shotguns and the ammunition. I love that one. Guys who live isolated and alone. Out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we'll pick on these people over here. Or a car driving in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we'll pick on these people over here. One of these here days, these aliens are going to be finding someone who's got a weapon with them and don't even realize how to deal with it. Or maybe they do know how to jam up propulsion weapons. Chemically our guns are chemically based on reactions of fire, of powder, of chemicals, of minerals reacting to a spark, and then a combination of these chemicals would create the explosive nature of particles of lead or whatever materials we're using, and throwing out of a tube right at a target. Our lead-based projectiles. These aliens had any other intelligence in them left, they would have to keep observing from a distance. They would know more if they kept monitoring our our programs. Stay the hell away from us. But if you're going to be insistent of coming out and seeing us in our glory, and you want to make like you're trying to be friends with us, tread lightly again. Pick the most appropriate form of communications that either probably scare the living crap out of us, but understand the subtleties of human behavior in our politics, in our political systems, in our governments, and how they work. Understand how our media system works, our forms of communications with each other, our interactions with each other. We have to tread lightly. We can't be just like the first Contact movie. There was two possible outcomes in that one. In the movie itself of Star Trek First Contact, we had the Vulcans coming down and actually meeting the Earthlings for the first time. And then it was just trying to be gentle with each other. Awkward. But in the series of Star Trek Enterprise, they had the dark inner the mirror universe basically. I've seen these aliens coming down here, and then the guy who flew the ship unloads the shotgun, and then everyone's going, "Strip the damn ship!" Our government system will probably do the same damn thing. I'm surprised we haven't slid into the mirror universe yet. We've been trying to kill each other for God knows how many millenniums. We humans have a turbulent past. Do we have a bright future? Well, either we're going to be conquering the universe as an empire, or we're going to be going out there into the universe and acting as if we don't know what the hell we're doing, and we still don't. Well, we'll struggle, we'll learn, and we'll kill each other in the process. Or kill each other off, or kill ourselves in the process. But we'll still go out there and see what's going on. Of course, the aliens may decide that we're too damn dangerous and decide to bombard us. We've got plenty of movies and mediums to talk about that one. How, where, why, and everything else in between. There was one movie I was watching back in the 80s. It was called Without Warning. Scared the hell out of people, but not as much as War of the Worlds did on the radio. Of course, we had more fear and paranoia during that time. So made a movie off the damn thing. Wasn't as scary. The Day the Earth Stood Still, that would have been more terrifying. Michael Remy played an alien coming down just to check us out. And he did it out in the open. And he saw what the reaction was. And he tried to present something as a gift to the planet. And then the planet reacted by firepower. People realized a monster Gort was a protector, but also trying to keep the alien races in line, because that's what they were protected to do. Because if there's going to be any violence coming from the aliens themselves, the protectors would kill them. But we had a problem during that time because we had the fear and paranoia, and we had the Cold War going on through our systems during that time. And we still do it right now as it is. So if we actually have another alien coming down here going to be doing a public display, they better, God, I hope to God they understand. I hope they understand a hell of a lot more and a lot more protected. And understand a fearful backlash. It'll be far easier, I know, to approach a few people and maybe get the idea across. And those people will be labeled as crackpots. Maybe the same assholes coming into the Congress. But the one thing I noticed that they hadn't said, that they were emissaries. Now that's a thing I'd be looking for at this point. If we actually had whistleblowers who actually had evidence at that moment, at that point, to present to a screwed up Congress that they were emissaries. And they would provide something that would scare the hell out of the public, but also convince them of whom what they were. Had taken a human guise and tried to convince the people that they didn't mean any harm. They were trying to do benevolent contact. And if this was one way to get our attention, that's one way. There had been other ways. They actually studied our medium very carefully. They would have to pick carefully their words, their actions, on how they communicate with us. I prefer shock and awe at this point over here. But then again, I know we get into nuclear war at this point over here. Shall we talk about fear and paranoia next video?